Now we are going to open another file called animated texture. This is to make you understand what can be done with this element, which is quite nice, in the sense that I can take a texture. I can animate this texture and consequently what does it do? This is followed by shades of gray. Here we have an X-grade 255-200, the one we made previously, and here is a map called SSFrange2 directly inside the slate. There are several. Actually that it is a bit animated. Now we do it together this exercise, so understand how to make the concept, then we already have these maps present. Let's delete. This player, if he deletes it, you see that some things don't always take them. Let's go. So to put another one, let's do a check. He, in this case you see that obviously. He tells me I have this and this. He has a whole series of keys that he built previously that I am going to delete them, so I selected this element, I deleted all the keys, and now I'm going to reinsert the map. You can find the map directly inside always of the bitmap available in the course and is a map of gray, and now we load it directly into the slate, which would then be this, and I put it here, bitmap instance in here. Of course there's nothing in it because he hasn't gone to get them yet, but over the course of the textures this map opens when I put this map on it that has a black part on it and a part white underneath. It is obvious that what he is doing as reasoning, he is saying everything that is. It becomes transparent and everything that is white is available. The argument of directly assign a UV map coordinate to this object, as someone might think, e.g. UV map planar and go to move the gizmo to go to move. What are the contributions of transparency? This is not it. What you have to do, you have to go to change, in this case in vertical axis, obviously the movement of my map. Car key frame 50 we move it up to, for example here that we took for a ride. Let's go here again, we move it up again in this way that we made another ride using car key, launch my play, and we have this game, so the game is done going. To animate our map, when I go to select my object, there may be many keys or fewer keys. Keys interface to the maximum radius and minimum radius spinners. Even if I didn't select them, this means that if there are keys that I don't like, I could still select this key and move it. Beware that in some situations you go to touch that of the map. With the same principle I could use the other bitmaps. For example, this one is also a bitmap that has a sort of modification for as for example, its phase is a gradient ramp, so I selected gradient ramp. I put it as a box. Now we'll change it, we'll put it here, okay, and I went to change certain values. Then if I on this type of map at the time I go to edit For example, the phase I give him an out, okay, it is obvious that he consequently changes effect as he could change its transparency the moment I go to change the position of the spinners or change actually completely if I say 4 corners, or if I tell him, for example, you do it on the diagonal. Here between the possibility of using a shape that is, for example, regular or a shape, for example, fractal, or in turbulence, there is something for all tastes in the sense that with the level we are going to modify the contrast, with the phase we are going to change the position here too of the effect, with the size we can also change the amount of the effect here too, without touching maximum radius, minimum radius, and consequently we have a important check. It is always worth the argument that I can insert here of the other flags. Go and change what is the intensity of this flag. Obvious that if I go to black then becomes completely transparent because it is normal is his game this, and by modifying imposition these are also elements that are animatable, so I can animate a little on these types of textures, and consequently I have this effect on the fall-off map is a little bit more difficult in the sense that this type of map is inserted directly into this. I could go and modify, for example, this element in this way. But they are not, let's say, things that come. They are things that are recorded here too. But how to say? The nicest maps are the procedural ones that have a fractal system of noise and so on. So you decide whether to insert, for example, a noise map, which are the ones we find directly in here, also this noise and any noise I insert directly in here, and these are also noises that can be animated as regards the size and anything else. Let's say the trishul, the fratale, the turbulence. Of course I'm going to modify everything.